So you've either just got a new puppy or you're about to get a puppy. Congratulations, a very exciting time indeed. I've got a checklist that I'm going to go through with you today that's going to help you to choose the right things for your pup, to make sure that they feel comfy and well settled from day one, and also help establishing good habits. I've got Billy and Smooch helping me out today. They're going to randomly come in and out of shot, so don't be alarmed when you see a small, a house pony coming into the camera frame. First up is going to be a collar. Make sure that you get one that's adjustable because your pup's going to be doing a lot of growing in those first couple of months. I'm a big fan of the ones with the snap lock because they're really easy to get on and take off quickly. Along the same lines, pardon the pun, you're going to need to get a lead for your pup. Make sure that the clip is appropriate for the size of your puppy. This clip is quite big, so that would really be more appropriate for an adult dog. For a puppy, you'd be looking at something a little bit lighter. You might want to get some ID tags for your puppy. Most pet supply stores can make those for you while you wait, and there's a huge range that you can choose from. If your pup has been microchipped, make sure that your details are logged with the service provider. In case your pup goes missing, they know who to contact quickly. You should also think about getting a crate for your puppy. Crates are fantastic when it comes to house training or just having a safe, quiet space for your pup when there's lots of other stuff going on. This crate that you see here is for an adult Great Dane, obviously way too big for a pup. The whole idea behind the crate is that it's small enough that the dog feels cozy inside of it, and dogs are not inclined to want to toilet in their sleeping area, and that's why crates are so useful for house training. But they are pricey, there's no getting around it, and the last thing you want to have to do is buy a small crate to fit your puppy, and as they grow you keep on having to buy other crates. Here's your cost saver number one. Get the crate at the adult size of the dog, and what you can do is partition it, and as your pup grows you can move the partition so that the pup has more and more space, and you're never losing sight of that cozy den feel, which is what the crate is really all about. Trained properly, dogs love their crates. Good girl. You can see she's quite happy to go into her crate because it's never been associated with anything bad. The crate has always been a place for her where she can just go and chill out. It's never been used as a punishment, and it's a place she kind of enjoys going into. Along with the crate, you might want to consider getting an X-pen, which is what you see over there. You can get numerous panels to it, so you can make it big or small, whatever fits your needs. And what's quite nice for a young pup who is already crate trained is you can actually attach the X-pen to the crate, so your pup's got a sleep area, and then they've also got an area where they can eat, they can play, and they can toilet if you have to leave them in there overnight. Your pup will also need some bedding. You really want to make sure that this is machine washable. The last thing you want to have to do is, like I have to do, and wash all of their bedding by hand because it doesn't fit into my washing machine. Then you're going to need food and water bowls. These are really the best ones to use by far. This one here, it's a little bit battered, but this one I've had since 1997. They really are virtually indestructible, and what's really nice about them, because they are made out of metal, they don't form little grooves for bacteria and algae and slime and all that gross stuff that accumulates in dog bowls. That just doesn't happen in these. A fantastic investment, and they're actually not too pricey when you consider how long they're going to last for. Obviously get one depending on the size of your dog. This bowl size is what I use for my adult Great Danes for eating, and for drinking I use a much bigger one. For a medium-sized pup, you'd be looking at a food bowl probably about this size. Their water bowl should always be bigger. Here's your savings tip number 2. Don't get these at pet stores. Do yourself a favor and go along to a store that sells camping gear or catering equipment, and you'll find these at a fraction of the price. Then we move on to the tasty stuff, food and treats. For your puppy's food, please consult with your vet. Your vet is really going to be the best situated to give you advice on what's going to be appropriate for your puppy, for your puppy's breed, and if your pup has any special requirements. Training treats, we are spoiled for choice. You can make your pup's own treats, or you can buy treats at the store. I picked up some of these the other day, just at our local grocery store, and the dogs really like it. But then again, I have Great Danes, and they I don't want to use the word, but I'm going to use the word. They're absolute pigs when it comes to treats. They're not very difficult to please. Your pup's also going to need some chew toys. Remember, they're going to be teething. Roughly occurs at about 3 to 4 months of age, and their gums are sore. They get a lot of relief from chewing on things. Make sure that you give them something appropriate to chew on, because otherwise your couch is going to become their chew toy. We've made a video on what's safe for your puppy to chew. Check out the link and that should answer all of your questions on that. Then on to grooming. You're going to need a brush of some sorts depending on the length of your puppy's coat. Something like this is appropriate for a dog with slightly longer hair, and then this type of brush, if you want to call it that, is really nice for smooth coated or short coated dogs, because it also gives them a nice massage when you're giving them a brush with this. You're going to need some nail clippers as well to keep those nails nice and short. I use a grinder on my dog's nails, but I understand that that's not everybody's cup of tea. The clippers work just as well. Then of course we want to make sure that our puppy always smells great and is nice and clean as well. Make sure that you get a puppy appropriate shampoo. Some adult shampoos are not appropriate for pups, so just make sure that the brand that you get is fine for your little baby dog. Let's not forget dental hygiene. Yep, you guessed it, toothpaste for dogs. It's proper dog toothpaste. Dogs can't have human toothpaste. It's going to make them quite sick. And how would you would brush a dog's teeth? You can use this toothbrush. To be honest, I find it a bit finicky, but that might just be me. What you want to make sure with this toothpaste is you literally just put it on their gums. Stay. Yeah, good girl. Then we move on to my favorite category, which is training and behavior. The most pressing training that all new puppy owners want to accomplish is house training or toilet training. We've got a great video on toilet training, so be sure to check that out for some good tips on how to accomplish this with your pup. One of the important aspects of toilet training is training your pup to toilet on the substrate that you have chosen for them. If your pup's going to be an indoor puppy, you might want to use puppy pee pads, so you would need to stock up on those. Pee pads are quite pricey though, so here's another cost saver to you. Instead of getting the pee pads from the pet store, what you can do is go along to your local pharmacy or retail outlet and get linen savers. These work out a heck of a lot cheaper than pee pads. There's unfortunately always going to be one or two accidents, and then you're going to need enzymatic cleaner. What enzymatic cleaner is, it's actually tiny little non-pathogenic or so harmless bacteria that actually eat away and break down at those scent molecules, ensuring that your pup doesn't sniff out the spot where they made their previous accident and do it again. And of course, as part of puppy training, you want to get your pup into a good puppy school. Spaces generally fill up quite quickly, so plan ahead. Contact the schools that you're thinking of going to and make sure that you've got a spot booked for your puppy. Then of course there's play and enrichment. Pups need to play. You want to get toys that are going to be durable for your pup, not toys that there's a risk of ingestion. So items like this are really robust, they're pretty hardy. Small little toys like this are fine for a puppy if it's a small medium breed, but as they get a little bit bigger, I'd be nervous about a toy like this, that in terms of the puppy possibly being able to swallow it. You can get your puppy soft toys as well, and these are adorable, but they're really not going to hold up. So if you want to have soft toys for your pup, by all means do so, but only allow them under supervision. What would you like today, miss? Treat dispensing toys are also great stimulation for your pup. It's going to give them healthy mental and physical activity. Another cost saver there is to actually use an empty plastic bottle. Make sure that you've taken the lid off and any plastic that might be on it. You can cut small holes into it and you can pop your pup's pellets in there, and they get to roll this around on the floor and make the treats fall out. It's a really nifty DIY treat dispensing toy. Some pups really struggle when they're teething, but the good news is you can actually get little teething rings for pups. They work really well if you pop them into the freezer and give them to your pup while they're still really cold. Then of course we have health and safety. Make friends with your vet. Find out where your nearest vet is and make sure that you've got all of their emergency contact numbers. It's worthwhile just to make a social visit to go ahead of time so you know exactly where the vet is and exactly how they operate. So in the case of an emergency, you know what to do. Your vet can also advise you on tick-and-flea and deworming medications for your pup. Make sure that any kind of medicine like that you are getting from a vet who has seen your pup. You don't want to take any chances with that. You might want to consider getting a baby gate as well in terms of restricting your pup's access in the house. They are quite pricey, so the X Pen, the X Pen can assist in that regard. If you pop 2 of those panels together and put them at a certain angle, they function exactly the same as a baby gate at no extra cost. Then some extras. For traveling, you want to make sure that your puppy is safe in the car. Either get them a harness, which you can then clip into the seatbelt or the seatbelt holder of the car, or a travel carrier. And you're definitely going to need one of these. This is a treat bag, which you're going to be using when you take your pup for training. And what I really like about this treat bag, it's got a built-in poop bag dispenser. That's another very important thing you're going to have to buy. If your treat bag doesn't come with a built-in bag dispenser, you can buy them as standalone units. It's a brief overview of your checklist for your pup. We are going to make a PDF available to you. The link will be in the description of this video. You can take that with you when you go shopping to make sure that you don't forget anything. Have fun with your pup. I'm actually quite jealous. I wish that I had a new puppy. Good luck with all of the training. Good luck with settling the puppy in, and we'll see you next time.